Welcome back to the channel. This is my 1988 Silverado dubbed Cookie Monster, and I know it's taken forever to get this truck off the ground. I got it back in July, and I've been promising you guys I'm gonna start working on it. Now, to manage expectations in this video, I'm not gonna be able to start on it just yet. The C10 just collapsed a lifter, so I have to pull that in the garage and do a cam job on that one. And I only have a 2-car garage, so I can't be doing multiple projects at once. But in this video, we're gonna go back to when I dropped it off at the transmission shop so we could see exactly what the transmission shop did, take Lauren for her first rip in this thing, and then at the end of the video, I need your help figuring out exactly what the styling cues are gonna be for this show. So if you don't wanna watch any of the BS I'm about to talk about with this truck, just fast forward to the end because I really need your opinion to finish this truck. Now we're all loaded up. This is my first time actually towing a truck somewhere with the dually. I got that air ride in the rear from Airlift Company. So we're gonna pump this up to about 75 foot-pounds or PSI. Get rid of some of that squat. Just rolled up to Hometown Auto Service. So this is the same company that service the dually's transmission, and they are very capable of working on Cookie Monster. I got a whole box of parts for them in the truck, so let's get this off the trailer over to Joe so he can work his magic so I can finally freaking drive this truck. Just dropped off Cookie Monster. Check this thing out, dude. It's like every time I come here, he's got some new trucks to check out. Pretty cool. And now we wait. I'm thinking Joe could knock it out pretty quick. We had it scheduled, so I think he's gonna jump on it today, hopefully get it done tomorrow or the following day. I'm actually getting ready to go to Atlanta to OBS Summit, so I'm hoping I'll be able to pick it up this week. But either way, next week, it's gonna be all in on this truck. Just got Cookie Monster back from Hometown Auto. It's been about 6 weeks. I heard Joe, the owner, kind of ran into some health issues, so he was out for a little while, and it took him a while to get this thing dialed in. But now I get to do the first official drive. Take you guys along for the ride. Heck yeah, man. Looks like everything is doing pretty good. About 15 minutes into this drive, we got 180 for our temperature, quarter tank of gas. So I'm gonna stop at the gas station here before I get home. And we're running about 60 PSI for oil pressure, which is great. And battery volts are around 12. It's a little low, so I'm gonna check that. Oh, sorry, that's my bad, hang on. What does that say? Oh, 14, so yeah, that's good too. So yeah, all I gotta do with the gauges is calibrate the speedometer. And of course, we're gonna fill up and see if that fuel gauge is right, because if you guys know my luck, it probably won't be. But I gotta say, it feels good cruising in this thing, finally, after owning it for a few months now. But let's do a little rip and see what happens. Oh, that's definitely not good. The engine just died. Yeah, see, look at that, there it goes. Temp gauge is going a little crazy. All right. Seems like the issue was I didn't have enough gas in it. I don't know if there's a baffle in this fuel cell or not. It's probably something I'm gonna replace. But when I was giving it the beans, as you heard, it just died. So I was like, man, maybe if I put some gas in, it'll run better. Definitely it runs quite a bit better. Let's check it. Yeah, it's more like it. Just got in my neighborhood. I had a gnarly backfired. I think we got to adjust the timing a little bit. It's running a lot better now that it's got gas in it, but it's not running as strong as it could be, and it's kind of breaking up a little bit. I mean, it sounds good, it rides really good, going, you know, highway speeds 65, 70, 75 miles an hour, but definitely needs a ton of fine tuning. I mean, this thing, it's all over the road. We got to get in alignment. It's probably just going to rebuild the steering, probably going to swap out the fuel cell, probably going to go through, I 100% am going to go through every single thing, but at least I got it back. I'm editing this video and I forgot, I didn't even tell you guys what Hometown Auto did. They ended up replacing some items on the truck and doing a transmission inspection. Let me flip the camera around and show you what they did. So first up, we got the TV cable installed and adjusted, I think properly. I may have to go back and mess with it a little bit. It doesn't seem like it's kicking down like I think it should. Another thing they did was install some new transmission lines that are run over there. They resealed the transmission. It was leaking quite a bit from everywhere. So in the transmission, they got new seals in, so the transmission isn't leaking anymore. They got the transmission pan seal in because that was leaking too. And they also did an inspection and road test on the transmission to make sure that, because the TV cable wasn't hooked up originally when the truck was put together, that we didn't lose that third gear. That was the big thing, is losing any of those clutches in the transmission. Another thing I wanted them to do was get rid of the old switch here, and they couldn't, because the valve body that's in this 700R4 does not have the solenoid switch for full lockout. So this switch is for our full lockout, and they said this is going to be the most cost-effective way of going into full lockout. So when the switch is down, you're not in full lockout. You can drive around town. Once you hop on the interstate, once you flip this switch up, it drops a couple hundred RPMs and you're in full lock. This is not acceptable in this truck. If it's an automatic transmission, it needs to be fully automatic. If it is a manual transmission, then it's a manual transmission, but I don't like this. This just feels cheap to me. And again, I'm not a transmission expert, which is why I brought it to them in the first place. I'm not super excited about that. I really want this truck to be nice, and I feel like it should just have everything working properly. So I'm probably gonna put a new valve body in the transmission and have that issue resolved. Anywho's, back to the video. All right, you ready?
I'm driving?
No, I'm gonna drive first, and then we'll get you to drive.
Okay, good.
I've been driving this truck around town, kind of gotten a feel for it. I'm starting to figure out what I need to fix on it. The first thing is seat belts.
Yes, please.
Those would be nice to have. The second thing is this battery. Listen to this thing. It's like a lightweight race battery, but it doesn't sound healthy at all.
Got it. Is there air conditioning?
No.
It's far away.
Yeah, I got a new steering column for it, so it's gonna be a column shift. So we're gonna fix that. So it's pretty smooth.
Yeah, that's nice. No seat belts. We're on a bridge.
I think you're gonna like driving this truck. It's not super fast. You good? It's like it takes off when you need it to, and it stops on a dime and leaves change.
There's no seat belts.
I forgot. All right, we're pulling this thing over. We're gonna go get lunch.
Don't go here, you gotta go up and around.
And Lauren does a video series called Lauren Tries, where she goes to local spots and tries the food. So if you want to check that out, I'll drop a card up above. But we're gonna take a break here, and then she's gonna hop in this thing and drive it home. my Lauren's turn to drive the old Cookie Monster.
Seems fine.
Yeah.
Can I move the seat forward?
Yeah, there should be a,
Ah,
see it or feel it? There it is.
she's short.
Might have to push it up one. Kind of like skips over reverse,
Okay.
because that's normal.
Gas pedal's weird. It's like stiffer than I thought it was going to be. I'm not going to be able to figure out this gas
This is the
pedal.
sheriff
sorry.
right here, so let's just not
Play it
pass
cool.
him. Yeah. Riding dirty today. What do you think so far?
It drives easy.
I think it handles well, it stops good,
Yeah.
the throttle's responsive, you know, it's,
It feels easy.
yeah, not like my other trucks, right?
Yeah, no, all your other trucks like float all over the road.
Even the dually. Dually's kind of hard to steer sometimes.
Dually's tough to drive for me.
You're good. Whoa!
Sorry.
Oh, yep. So she rubs a little bit on the front corner. We might need
Figure that out.
Might need to get some slosh tubs for this one.
God. Hook us up, Mike.
Listen, what'd you do to my truck?
Did I break it?
No, I think you're good.
God.
There is something funny going when you turn the wheel, though.
Only that way.
Yeah, only when you turn to the right.
Oh, we only have to turn left to get home,
Yeah.
so we should be fine.
Why don't you give her some beans when we get out of here?
I will.
Yeah.
Like the beans that I know.
Yeah. Give her more than that. That was no beans.
There was no beans. That was just acceleration.
I'm going to accelerate to the speed of the speed limit and call it good. Ooh, exhilarating.
It was loud. Felt good.
No, it wasn't. You gotta pin it. You gotta pin it and just go. Yeah, give her some beans. Go. All the way. All the way. All the way.
It is all the way.
That was all the way?
That was all the way.
No, it wasn't.
It was. I swear to you, it was to the ground.
I feel like if you pin it, it'll drop a gear. You know what I'm saying? But if you like roll onto it to 100%, it
Gotcha. So we
rolls up
slam
to,
it then? I'll slam it to our straight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're used to us doing burnouts, I guess. I think we got to adjust the TV cable a little bit. It's not dropping down to the gear I want it to.
Yeah, I was gonna say it drops, but not to anything
See, we
crazy.
got to dial it in. That's all. We just got to dial it in. What would you think?
It was great. Super easy to drive.
Yeah, it drives nice.
Yeah, it drives normal.
Not like, I feel like most
Not
of the
like
other.
any of your other trucks.
Yeah. Well, that's because it's got the Ritec suspension. It's got new brakes. It's got a brand new motor, brand new transmission. It just needs to be dialed in.
Yeah.
I think if we get the paint done and get it looking right, get the interior buttoned up,
It'll be great.
it'll be great.
It's super cute.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you.
All right, we know the truck runs, we know it drives. I've been driving it almost every day, working through the details. It burns, so actually it doesn't burn oil, it leaks so much oil. I just missed the drip pan when we got back from that drive, and there's a massive oil spot on the driveway, which is awesome. But now here's where you guys and gals come in. I need your help figuring out a couple of styling cues with this truck. So first up, I'm not changing the motor. It's gonna be the same. I'm not changing the body color. That's gonna be the same. But what I am trying to figure out is what we're gonna do with the grille, the hood, the trim, and the rear bumper. Let me flip this camera around and show you guys what I'm talking about. And now if this was a sport truck, we would have a black grille, no cowl hood, we would have this trim, and then we would have a sport rear bumper. So now we gotta figure out what we're doing. So in the comments below, let me know the following in the following order. Number one, do we paint the grille black or leave it the body color? Number two, Do we leave the cowl hood or do we get an OG hood? Number 3, do we do the lower trim or do we do no trim? And number 4, do we keep the roll pan or do we put on a rear sport bumper? Now, if this were my truck and I was keeping it, I would do the sport bumper, I would do the trim, I would go with an original hood, and I would leave the grill the body color. But let me know in the comments below what you guys want to do. Now, I've already gotten with Steven over at Mirror Image Auto Body, and we're putting a plan together for this truck. And he should be getting a dustless blasting machine, and we're gonna strip this truck down to the bare metal if that happens. I'm super pumped because I've never played with one of those before, and I've heard those things are awesome. You could strip an entire car or truck in like an hour. But anyway, I need to get these parts ordered. I need to start working on this truck, and I promise you in January 2024, this truck is gonna be in that garage and it's gonna be blown apart. We're gonna be starting from the ground up. That's painting the frame, treating the undercarriage. We're gonna be doing everything that I did on the dually on this one, except this one's gonna be significantly nicer. I'm really excited about this build, and again, I apologize that it's taken so long, but I plan to drive over to the West Coast, so that's taken up a lot of time. The C10 decided to collapse the lifter, so that's gonna take up some more time, and I wanted to do the rebuild on that motorcycle, and it's just, you know, life gets crazy. But as always, I appreciate you guys and gals hanging around, and I'll see y'all in the next video.